Have you ever wondered why older adults keep waking up at exactly 3 a.m., almost like an invisible alarm clock hidden inside the body? You might think it's just age or random insomnia, but what if it's actually your body trying to tell you something deeper? Something connected to your heart, your brain, and even your emotional health. Many seniors brush it off as just getting old, but science says otherwise. What happens between 2:30 and 4 a.m. is one of the most fascinating, and misunderstood, patterns in senior sleep research. Let's picture this. Margaret, 72, from Tucson, Arizona, wakes up every night at 3:07 a.m. Every single night. She used to think it was a coincidence. She'd sit up, sigh, sip a bit of water, and stare at the clock glowing red in the dark. But when it kept happening for months, she started asking herself, why do I keep waking up at this exact hour? That question led her to her doctor, and what she discovered shocked her. It wasn't just bad sleep. It was a reflection of her body's internal clock being disrupted by hidden factors, dehydration, stress hormones, and even the way she ate before bed. Experts from the National Institute on Aging and Harvard Sleep Medicine explain that as people grow older, the brain's control over circadian rhythm, your natural sleep-wake cycle, begins to weaken. The pineal gland produces less melatonin, a hormone that helps you stay asleep. That's one reason why seniors and why older adults often wake up too early, sometimes between 3 and 4 a.m. But here's the catch. Waking up at this specific hour can also signal something more: emotional unrest, high cortisol levels, or even cardiovascular tension. According to Dr. Michael Breus, a clinical psychologist known as the sleep doctor, waking up at 3 a.m. might be your body's way of saying your stress hormones are peaking too soon. When cortisol spikes early in the night, your heart rate rises, your mind becomes alert, and your body thinks it's time to wake up. It's not just insomnia, it's biology gone off track. If you've ever found yourself sitting in the dark at 3 a.m., wondering what's wrong with you, don't worry, you're not alone. Millions of older adults experience this, yet few truly understand why older adults keep waking up at 3 a.m. Some blame it on medication side effects, others on loneliness or pain. But the truth is layered, and the next few minutes of this video will uncover the real reasons behind this mysterious nightly pattern. Stay with me, because as we go deeper, you'll discover not only the science of why elders wake up at 3 a.m., but also practical ways to stop it. And by the end of this journey, you might never see your nights, or your health, the same way again. Reason number 1, the biological clock shift after 60. As we age, something fascinating, and a little unsettling, happens deep within our brain. Our biological clock begins to drift. The same internal rhythm that once kept you sleeping peacefully through the night starts to lose its precision. This is one of the biggest reasons why older adults keep waking up at 3 a.m. It's not random. It's your body's timing system, known scientifically as the circadian rhythm, changing with age. Let's look at the science first. Inside your brain, there's a tiny structure called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, located in the hypothalamus. Think of it as your body's a master clock. In your younger years, this clock runs smoothly, keeping your sleep, hormones, and energy levels synchronized with daylight and darkness. But after the age of 60, studies from Harvard Medical School and Johns Hopkins University show that this clock becomes less sensitive to external cues like light and temperature. As a result, your body starts to think morning comes earlier than it really does. That's why you may find yourself waking up at 3 a.m. even though your alarm is set for 6. A personal story might make this clearer. Franklin, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Portland, Oregon, used to be an early riser, 6 a.m. sharp, ready for his morning coffee. But after turning 67, he noticed something odd. He began waking up at 3:15 a.m. every night, wide awake. At first, he thought it was stress or maybe a noisy neighbor. But when it persisted for months, he asked his doctor, who explained that his brain's internal rhythm had shifted forward by nearly 3 hours, a normal but frustrating part of aging. Your brain thinks it's morning when it's still the middle of the night, his doctor said. Franklin tried adjusting his habits. He began using soft amber night lights instead of bright bathroom lighting, avoided TV right before bed, and started going for a walk every morning to get more sunlight exposure. Within a few weeks, his body began to resync. He didn't stop waking up completely, but instead of 3 a.m., He began naturally waking up closer to 5 a.m., a huge improvement. Experts say that older adults can help avoid premature wake-ups by controlling light exposure. Avoid bright screens 2 hours before bed, and try to get 15 to 30 minutes of natural light early in the morning. This helps the SEN reset itself, reinforcing the signal that night is still night, and morning is still morning. So if you've ever wondered, why do I keep waking up at 3 a.m.? Part of the answer lies in your biology. It's not a flaw or a disease. It's simply the rhythm of life shifting as you age. But the good news is that your body can be retrained. With the right habits, even after 60, you can teach your brain to sleep through the night again, without that dreaded 3 a.m. wake-up call. Reason number 2, the stress hormone spike. Have you ever noticed how your heart sometimes beats faster right after you wake up at 3 a.m.? That sudden alertness, like your mind and body are wide awake even though it's dark, isn't a coincidence. It's what scientists call the cortisol spike, and it's one of the biggest hidden reasons why seniors keep waking up at 3 a.m. Cortisol, often known as the stress hormone, naturally rises in the early morning to prepare your body to wake up. But as people age, that timing can get out of sync. In younger adults, cortisol starts to rise around 5 a.m., gradually waking you up around 6 or 7. But in older adults, especially those dealing with chronic stress, loneliness, or health problems, the cortisol rise happens too early, sometimes around 2:30 or 3 a.m. This tricks your body into thinking it's morning, even when the world outside is still asleep. Take the story of Helen, 74, from Cleveland, Ohio. After her husband passed away, she began noticing she'd wake up every night around 3 a.m., her heart pounding, her mind racing. It felt like something was chasing me in my sleep, she said. When she finally talked to her doctor, she learned that her grief had caused her cortisol levels to stay elevated around the clock, especially during the night. Her doctor recommended gentle yoga before bed, breathing exercises, and reducing caffeine after 2 p.m. Within a month, she noticed a change. Her wake-ups became less intense, and her heart stopped racing as much at night. Scientific research supports this. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Sleep Research found that older adults with higher nighttime cortisol levels were 45% more likely to experience disrupted sleep and early awakenings. That's why learning to control stress, especially emotional stress, is crucial to maintaining deep, restorative rest. So, what can you do? Experts recommend establishing a wind-down ritual, a predictable, calming routine before bedtime. Try dimming your lights, turning off electronics an hour before sleep, and spending a few minutes journaling or praying. This helps your brain associate night with safety and calm, lowering cortisol levels naturally. And now, let's pause for a moment. If you're still watching this video and you're realizing, yes, that sounds like me, I keep waking up at 3 a.m. with my heart racing, then I want you to type number 2 in the comments below. That way, I'll know you're still here, learning, and truly committed to improving your sleep and health. Because as you'll see in the next section, it's not just stress hormones that cause these wake-ups, it's also how your body handles blood sugar while you sleep. The next reason might surprise you, especially if you've been eating late at night or skipping meals during the day. Reason number 3, blood sugar drops and nighttime energy crashes. There's another powerful reason why seniors often find themselves awake at 3 a.m., a sudden drop in blood sugar levels. This isn't something most people associate with sleep, yet it's one of the most underestimated causes of nighttime awakenings, especially after the age of 60. When your body's blood sugar dips too low during the night, your brain receives a distress signal, wake up, we need fuel. That's why, for many older adults, the body suddenly jolts awake, heart racing, sometimes even sweating or feeling anxious, without any clear reason. To understand this, we need to look at what happens inside your body. As you age, your metabolism slows down, and your body's ability to regulate glucose becomes less efficient. The liver, which stores glycogen, a form of energy, releases it more slowly into the bloodstream. At the same time, the pancreas may not produce insulin as effectively as before. The result? Blood sugar levels fluctuate more, and when they drop too low while you're asleep, the body's alarm system kicks in, often around the same time each night, 3 a.m. What makes this even more fascinating is how it connects to your evening habits. Many seniors tend to eat lighter dinners, sometimes just tea and biscuits or a small bowl of soup, believing it's healthier. While that's true in many ways, it can also mean that your body doesn't have enough slow-burning energy to last through the night. Combine that with medications for diabetes, hypertension, or cholesterol, and you've got a perfect storm for nocturnal hypoglycemia, a condition where blood sugar dips below normal while sleeping. Doctors often notice a pattern here. When a senior reports waking up at exactly 3 a.m., feeling restless or slightly shaky, it's a red flag that the body's energy reserves might be running out. This energy crash doesn't just interrupt your sleep, it also puts stress on your heart and brain, especially if it happens frequently. Over time, repeated nighttime awakenings caused by unstable blood sugar can raise cortisol levels, disrupt circadian rhythms, and even increase the risk of cardiovascular strain. So, what can you do about it? One simple and surprisingly effective step is to balance your last meal. Include a source of complex carbohydrates like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, or whole grains, paired with protein such as yogurt, nuts, or eggs. These foods release energy slowly through the night, preventing sharp sugar dips. Also, avoid heavy sweets or refined carbohydrates before bed. They cause sugar spikes that crash a few hours later. And here's a little-known trick from sleep researchers: a small bedtime snack, something like a banana with peanut butter or a few almonds, can help stabilize blood sugar and keep your brain calm through the night. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter before bedtime. If you've been waking up at 3 a.m. and suspect that hunger or blood sugar might be the culprit, you're not alone. Thousands of seniors experience this every night without realizing the connection. But once you understand what's happening inside your body, you can start taking small, strategic steps to sleep deeper and wake up more refreshed. Stay tuned for reason number 4, where we'll uncover another hidden cause that might be keeping you up, and it has to do with how your heart and blood circulation behave after midnight. You don't want to miss this one. Reason number 4, nighttime blood pressure fluctuations. Have you ever noticed that your heart seems to beat stronger or faster when you suddenly wake up at 3 a.m.? That's not just your imagination, it's your blood pressure fluctuating during the night, a phenomenon that becomes far more common and risky after the age of 60. Scientists call this the nocturnal dip, a natural drop in blood pressure that happens during deep sleep. But here's the problem: for many seniors, that dip doesn't happen the way it should, or it becomes too steep, causing the body to react as if something is wrong. The brain sends an urgent signal: wake up, something's not right. In a healthy young person, blood pressure naturally decreases by about 10 to 20% during sleep, allowing the heart and arteries to rest. However, as you get older, your blood vessels become stiffer, your heart works harder, and medications for hypertension can sometimes overcorrect your nighttime readings. The result? Blood pressure that drops too low around 2 to 3 a.m., and when the brain senses reduced oxygen and blood flow, it wakes you up suddenly, often with dizziness, restlessness, or even mild chest discomfort. For others, the opposite happens: a sudden spike in nighttime blood pressure. Studies from the Journal of the American Heart Association show that many seniors experience a reverse dipping pattern. Instead of dropping, their blood pressure rises at night. This can happen due to stress hormones, sleep apnea, or late-night salt intake. Either way, the disruption in circulation confuses your body's internal balance, often leading to abrupt awakenings right in the middle of the night. Dr. Michael Tworey, a sleep specialist from the National Institutes of Health, explains that these nighttime fluctuations are one of the most overlooked causes of sleep disruption in older adults. When blood pressure is unstable, he says, the body prioritizes survival over rest. It's not just about poor sleep, it's about the heart trying to protect the brain. You might be wondering, how can you stabilize your blood pressure at night? The answer lies in a combination of lifestyle adjustments and sleep hygiene. First, avoid heavy, salty dinners or late-night snacking, especially with processed foods. Salt retains fluid, which raises nighttime blood pressure and forces your heart to work harder while you're asleep. Second, maintain a consistent bedtime routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's natural rhythms, including cardiovascular function. For those already taking blood pressure medication, it's crucial to consult your doctor about timing. Some medications work best when taken in the evening, others in the morning, and that timing can make all the difference in whether your pressure dips too low or spikes too high while you sleep. Interestingly, research from Japan found that seniors who practiced slow breathing or meditation before bed showed more stable nighttime blood pressure patterns and fewer awakenings. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural relax mode, which helps smooth out heart rate and circulation. So if you're waking up at 3 a.m. and your heart feels like it's racing or pounding, your body may be trying to tell you something about your cardiovascular rhythm. The good news is that awareness is the first step toward prevention. With the right adjustments, from meal timing to relaxation habits, you can retrain your body to find its natural balance again. Don't stop here. In reason number 5, we'll reveal how oxygen levels and nighttime breathing problems, something many seniors don't even notice, could be the hidden reason your sleep keeps getting interrupted. Reason number 5, oxygen drops and hidden sleep apnea. Have you ever jolted awake in the middle of the night, gasping for air, or been told you snore loudly, then suddenly go silent? That frightening pause might not be just snoring, it could be sleep apnea, one of the most common but underdiagnosed causes of waking up at 3 a.m. in older adults. Sleep apnea happens when your breathing repeatedly stops and starts while you sleep. Each pause can last for 10 seconds or longer, depriving your brain and body of oxygen. And here's the scary part, many seniors don't even realize it's happening. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65 suffer from sleep apnea, and most of them never get diagnosed. When oxygen levels drop too low during sleep, your brain enters an emergency state. It floods your body with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, forcing you to wake up suddenly so you can start breathing again. That's why so many older adults find themselves waking up at 3 a.m., gasping, coughing, or with a pounding heart. Your body is literally fighting for air. Let's take the story of Harold, 72, from Phoenix, Arizona. For years, Harold thought his nighttime awakenings were just part of aging. But when he started feeling dizzy in the mornings and unusually tired during the day, his doctor suggested a sleep study. The results shocked him. Harold was experiencing over 30 breathing interruptions every hour. His oxygen levels were dropping dangerously low each night, putting him at serious risk for stroke, heart attack, and memory decline. Once he started using a CPAP machine, his sleep improved dramatically, and so did his daytime alertness and blood pressure stability. Sleep apnea is more than just a snoring issue, it's a circulatory problem. When oxygen drops, your blood vessels constrict, your heart rate spikes, and your blood pressure surges. Over time, this constant strain can damage your cardiovascular system and even accelerate cognitive decline. A 2022 Harvard Medical School study found that untreated sleep apnea increases stroke risk by up to 60% in seniors, and can cause microvascular damage in the brain that leads to memory loss. So what can you do about it? First, pay attention to the warning signs. If you or your partner notice loud snoring, choking sounds, or frequent awakenings around the same time each night, don't ignore them. Ask your doctor about a sleep test, which can now be done easily at home. It's one of the most effective ways to uncover hidden oxygen drops during sleep. Second, make small changes to improve nighttime breathing. Sleeping on your side, rather than your back, can help keep airways open. Avoid alcohol or sedatives before bed, as these relax throat muscles and make apnea worse. And try maintaining a healthy weight. Even modest weight loss can reduce the severity of sleep apnea and help your breathing stay stable throughout the night. Another helpful tip is air quality. Seniors often underestimate how much dry or dusty air affects breathing. Using a humidifier or an air purifier in your bedroom can make a significant difference. Your lungs work best when they have clean, moist air to process, especially while you sleep. If you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, you're truly dedicated to understanding your body. Type number 4 in the comments to let us know you're still watching and learning with Golden Age Wisdom. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might be struggling with sleep problems too. Your small action might help save a life. Closing and final reflection. So now you know, waking up at 3 a.m. isn't just some random old age problem. It's your body whispering a warning, or sometimes shouting it. From shifting biological clocks to stress hormone spikes, from blood sugar drops to oxygen deprivation, each reason tells a deeper story about how aging changes your inner rhythm. And if you're a senior who's been wondering, why do I keep waking up at this hour every night? Now, you finally have your answers. But here's the most powerful truth: you're not powerless. You can help your body heal and rest again. You can stop waking up at 3 a.m. if you start making small, consistent changes that align your body and mind back into balance. Science shows that just a few adjustments, like improving your bedtime routine, managing stress, and treating hidden health issues like sleep apnea or fluctuating blood sugar, can dramatically improve your sleep quality after age 60. Let's look at one more story. Evelyn, 78, from Portland, Oregon. For over a decade, she woke up almost every night around 3 a.m. Sometimes it was to use the bathroom, other times her mind would just race with old memories and what-ifs. She thought insomnia was just part of being old. But after watching a sleep documentary and talking to her doctor, she began keeping a sleep journal. She discovered her pattern: caffeine too late in the day, no sunlight exposure in the morning, and frequent afternoon naps. Within 6 weeks of adjusting these habits, Evelyn reported sleeping straight through the night for the first time in years. "It wasn't my age," she said with a smile. "It was my habits. Once I changed them, my nights changed too." That's the message of this video. It's not too late to reset your nights, no matter how many times you've woken up at 3 a.m. The body is incredibly adaptable, even at 70, 80, or beyond. When you learn to listen to its signals instead of ignoring them, you give it permission to heal. Every night of restful sleep you gain is a victory, for your heart, your brain, and your peace of mind. Now, let's make this interactive. If you're still with us here at Golden Age Wisdom, type number 6 in the comments below so we know you've followed this journey to the end. You've just learned some of the most important health insights that doctors wish every senior understood about sleep, stress, and nighttime awakenings. And remember, this isn't just about you. Someone you know, a spouse, a friend, maybe your parents, might also be waking up at 3 a.m., wondering why. You could be the one who helps them find peace again tonight. So please, before you go, hit the like button, subscribe to Golden Age Wisdom, and share this video with someone who needs it. Your single click might bring someone the sleep they've been missing for years. At Golden Age Wisdom, we believe that growing older should mean growing wiser, not weaker. Every night of rest you reclaim adds more joy, clarity, and energy to your life. Because even after 70, your best mornings begin with better nights. Thank you for watching, and may tonight be the night you finally sleep peacefully, all the way through 3 a.m.